Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving deep today, folks.
Into a really, really good one.
Yeah, you know this book, The Four Agreements? Don Miguel Ruiz.
Classic.
Been on the New York Times bestseller list forever.
Like over a decade?
Sold millions and millions of copies.
8.5 million in the U.S. alone, I think.
It's huge. And it's been translated into, I don't even know how many languages.
46?
Oprah loves it.
Deepak Chopra is a fan.
Wayne Dyer was all over this.
So basically, we know it's worth digging into, and that's what you asked for. To unpack this thing.
Yeah, break it down.
See how it applies to, like our actual lives.
So are we ready to dive in?
Let's go. Okay, so these agreements, they come from ancient Toltec wisdom, which, I hear that phrase
It's thrown around. Yeah.
all the time. I don't always know what it actually means, though.
Right.
Can you give us like a little background on that? Yeah, sure. So the Toltecs, they were this ancient culture in Mesoamerica, and they're known for their spiritual and philosophical beliefs and their wisdom. It's been passed down like 4 generations.
Okay.
And it's all about like personal freedom and achieving happiness
Yeah.
by, letting go of limiting beliefs.
So it's kind of like the stuff we hear today about mindfulness,
Yeah,
but with a lot more history behind it.
exactly. Centuries of it.
Cool. Okay, so then how does all this ancient wisdom connect to these 4 agreements?
So Ruiz, he basically presents these agreements as like a practical guide, drawn from that Toltec wisdom, a way to actually break free from those self-limiting beliefs and live a more fulfilling life.
I like that. Like a roadmap.
Totally.
Okay, ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Agreement number 1, be impeccable with your word.
Okay.
Seems pretty simple, but
I think there's more to it.
yeah, I feel like there's some depth there, right?
Right. It's about recognizing that your words, they actually have power.
Yeah.
And not just for other people, for yourself too. And Ruiz, he uses this really powerful metaphor in the book. He compares words to like spells.
Oh, wow.
They can create positive or negative energy. And you remember that story in the book about the man who, without knowing it, he curses his entire village
Yeah.
just with these careless words?
Oh, right.
It's a powerful example of how our words, even the ones we don't really mean,
Yeah.
they can have this huge ripple effect.
I mean, even if you think about like just complaining, even if you're just venting,
Sure.
it kind of brings you down even more.
It does. You're putting that out there.
Yeah. Like casting a spell, right?
Exactly.
Okay, wild.
So impeccability of word. It's about choosing to use your words for good,
Yeah.
for yourself and the people around you,
Okay, love it.
consciously.
All right, so agreement number 2, don't take anything personally.
Big one.
This is a game changer, I think. What'd you say?
Yeah. This agreement, it's about understanding that like whatever people say or do,
Yeah.
it usually says more about them than it does about you.
They're projecting their own realities, their own like fears or insecurities.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine everyone's walking around with their own little movie playing in their head.
Okay.
And sometimes those movies, they clash.
Right. And so instead of getting all caught up in their drama,
Right.
we have to remember it's theirs, not ours.
Exactly.
That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So agreement number 3 is don't make assumptions. And I think we've all been there.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Right.
All the time. Our minds, they just love to fill in the blanks. They want to create stories, even when we don't have all the information.
Yeah.
And then we get all these misunderstandings and conflicts because those stories, they're often based on our own, baggage.
Yeah.
Our own insecurities and biases.
Oh, totally. It's like when you get that short text from a friend
Uh-huh.
and it just seems kind of curt and you immediately think, oh, they're mad at me.
Right.
But really, they could just be busy,
Exactly. You don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so this agreement is all about pausing,
Yes.
questioning those assumptions, and getting clarity
Asking questions.
instead of jumping to conclusions.
Yes.
So important. Okay, and last but not least, agreement number 4, always do your best. This one seems pretty straightforward, but
I feel like there's a catch.
right. There's got to be something more to it.
Yeah, because your best, it's not some like fixed standard,
Right, yeah.
Some days your best is going to be amazing. Other days it might just be getting through the day.
Yeah.
The point is you just show up fully in each moment
Okay.
without judgment, and you aim for effort, not perfection.
I like that because it takes the pressure off.
Right.
Like trying to reach this perfect ideal that doesn't exist.
Exactly.
You're just doing what you can with what you have right where you are.
Yes.
Yep.
It's about self-compassion.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
So as we're talking about all this,
Oh, yeah.
I'm struck by how beautifully these agreements like weave together to create this like path
Yeah.
for personal transformation. You know,
Right.
it's like shifting your mindset, your words, your actions.
Yeah. And creating a life that feels more fulfilling and more authentic.
Exactly.
You nailed it.
And Ruiz, he emphasizes that it's not about being perfect.
No.
It's about progress.
And creating this new experience
Yeah.
of freedom, happiness, and love.
And for you listening, like, imagine what these shifts could do for your relationships, your work, your overall well-being. It's pretty empowering, right? To think that we actually have the ability
Yeah.
to, like, shape our experience of the world
Through these simple agreements.
with these agreements. That seems so simple.
Absolutely. And it brings us to a question worth thinking about. If these agreements really are a path to personal freedom, then what does freedom actually mean to you? And how can you start using these agreements, like today,
Yeah?
to move towards that freedom?
Ooh, that's a good one to sit with.
Yeah.
So, for everyone listening, just remember, you have the power to create the life you want.
You do.
Keep questioning, keep growing,
And keep diving deep.
and we'll see you next time.
See you then.